Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and today we have sisters on the podcast, a duo, Kenzie Lunt and Jamie Folsom, everybody. Welcome.
That makes me feel really special.
You guys are the first duo.
No,
and
like
you're the clapping.
The clapping, I love it.
I also have, let's see here.
Can you make people
Crickets. We have.
That's like a good Halloween. Princess vibes.
Do you have laughing?
I think so.
You're so funny.
In case it's not funny.
Yeah. Oh, I should add that in there if I'm ever like, that was awkward. Just put in that. Welcome to Weekly Trash.
We're so happy
I'm
to be
honored.
here.
I'm so happy you guys are here. The Codependent podcast.
I really can't believe you haven't had a duo on yet.
I know. It's honestly because I just didn't want to buy another mic.
I get it.
Well, you're welcome for making
It's a lot of equipment when you start a podcast.
And it's expensive.
Yeah.
And it adds up.
It adds up. And especially because I wasn't getting paid until recently, it's
all out of pocket.
Yeah. I mean, when I say recently, I mean like a couple $100s. So people don't get too excited.
And any amount.
I have listeners be like, put more ads in. I'm like, okay, find me more ads. I'll put it in.
I will put 17 ads in, but you need to help me find them.
Yeah, they're like, just keep doing it. Like, put ads in. Like,
I love it.
I love that
you think it's that easy.
Yeah, but I love that they're like accepting of it. They're like, no, do it. And
when
like,
we did our
thank
first
you.
ad, we got so many DMs that were like, I saw the ad today.
So
and
proud
I
of
literally,
you. Yeah.
And we're like,
so nice.
No, it is.
Because you worry about losing
nice.
listeners, especially when you
because you don't want to feel like a salesperson.
No.
But also like make some money, honey.
But yeah, this is a job.
Yes,
like
this
at
is
this
a job.
point, look at all this camera light action crap.
We got a lot of
This is
stuff going on in here. I'm like, woo.
Okay, so here at Weekly Trash, we do a dumpster deep dive on our guests.
Okay.
And this is the first dumpster deep dive with two people.
Okay.
Luckily, you're sisters, so it'll somewhat intertwine with
It will.
each other.
It
will.
mostly will.
But your sisterhood story is different from most.
It is.
We're not from the same womb.
Same womb, same vagine.
Platinum.
Our mom.
I had no idea about your story. I actually told my friends you were coming on, and they're like, yeah, I had no idea that Jamie was adopted. And I'm like, sorry, go back. What? Like,
I gotta redo this whole episode.
I'm like, I need to listen to their podcast from the beginning because I have no idea what you're talking about.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. So I went back and I listened to the first episode.
Which I'm sorry. It was our very first. Equipment wasn't great.
Audio wasn't awesome.
It wasn't.
But same
it's
with
out
my
there.
first episode.
It's out there.
I can't listen to our first episode.
But
I can't
the story's there. It's
I
out
can't
there.
even listen to my last 5 episodes
No.
because I
Same.
just like hate myself.
Every episode is just like better and better.
Yeah.
And I
sure.
feel that. But it sucks because, which is actually so funny. We talked about this on another podcast, but like oh my gosh, what was I going to say?
Your first episode is like almost where we deep dive.
It's the most important episode.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like we need to re-record.
I say that because my first episode is like a trailer. It's 14 minutes long.
Yep.
It's irrelevant. It is irrelevant to what I am even doing.
What you've created.
And if people listen to it, they'd be like, I don't want to listen to this podcast.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's our audio. Like and I feel like it was so bad too because we clipped out every every pause, every break, and like we were just so
scared.
Yeah,
You're perfection.
Terrified. Yeah.
It's scary. It's
So-
scary to put yourself out there.
But yes, that is our story.
But I'm excited to hear more about it. I'm excited to deep dive into it. So we'll start kind of a question for both of you.
Okay.
Where did you both grow up? Like, where were you born and raised?
We were both, well, Kenzie wasn't born, but we were both born and raised in Prescott, Arizona.
Okay.
So
Which is like
small town up north.
Okay.
Yep.
And you guys met when you were 14?
Yeah. So we actually technically met, I think we were 12 when we very first
we met in middle school one single time.
Okay. Gotcha.
But then we weren't friends until we were freshmen in high school.
Yeah. And it was kind of a funny story because Kenzie had a best friend. We went to different middle schools. She had a best friend who was getting like severely bullied. And Kenzie was her only friend. And so she had to leave that school because she was really sad and stuff, and came to my school, and I befriended her and we became really close. And Kenzie hated me because I took her friend, even though
I kept hearing about this girl named Jamie. And I was like, are you kidding?
Who's
like
Jamie?
Who's Jamie? Like, you can't move schools and then like not be my friend.
Totally.
So then she invited us both to like go to the park to like try to be friends. And I met Jamie and I was like, she's fine. But then we like weren't friends because we went to different schools.
Totally.
And that's like a huge deal in middle school.
Oh yeah. You
So
can't
then
drive. You can't just drive over to his house.
Didn't care. And still like kind of bitter, just a little bit. But then we became friends freshman year. We had a bunch of classes together. We like we did like Wacky Pack Wednesday every Wednesday at Sonic. Like we spent a lot of time together.
We did.
Hanging out. It was so fun. But we were just friends.
Just friends.
Yeah, it was just like best friends in high school. Nothing was too crazy until like junior year when.
Gotcha. When all the things happened.
Yeah.
All the things.
So, Jamie, question
Yes.
for you. What was your life like up to when you met Kenzie?
Such a deep question. I mean, I didn't have a typical normal childhood life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like hard to figure out where to start with that. But I would just say I had my dad was a drug addict, like a major drug addict and alcoholic. And my mom wasn't an addict, but she struggled with a lot of mental health issues. And so she couldn't functionally take care of us the way that a mom should take care of their kids. Yeah. And so unfortunately, because of his addictions and him being like in and out of the house so much, she had to work a lot. So I was kind of put in charge of the kids. And so from a very young age, like I have a brother that's 8 years younger than me. I took care of him as a newborn. I would get up in the middle of the night. She worked night shift. So I was the one in the house. And, so yeah, I kind of had that weird childhood that way. I had to grow up really fast and I had to step up. Like I was the oldest kid and I just had to step up.
You're the only girl, correct?
I was the only girl. Yeah. So I had to step up and kind of just take charge of the house, and we would sit down and I'd help with bills. Like I just did things at a young age that
normal children should never have to like worry about.
Shouldn't worry about, like, can we pay rent and like what, so I would say that was like mainly my childhood. It was very like I said, not functioning, lots of drugs, alcohol, fighting, that kind of stuff, yelling. So
And Kenzie, your growing up was probably the opposite.
Polar.
Yeah.
I never heard my parents yell. We were one big happy family. No alcohol in the house, no drugs, no anything.
No financial stress.
No financial stress. We did what we wanted to do. My parents were very well provided for as kids. We had family dinner every single night. We supported each other in everything we did. I was the baby of the family and like I was treated as such. Like
so you guys just had very different polar
opposite experiences. Like, and so I was just in this bubble of like not really thinking that could be somebody's life.
Yeah, for sure. It's just unfathomable to think that kids have to grow up so quick.
To like help pay their bills.
They don't get to be kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, what was the original reason why you were put in foster care? Because you weren't put in foster care multiple times throughout your life, were you?
No, I wasn't. No. Foster care had always kind of been involved in my family because I had a brother who was just always in lots of trouble. He was like always in troubled boys' homes, and he took the path like my dad and like tried drugs and alcohol at a very young age.
You have 3 brothers, correct?
Yeah, I do. Okay. So I have one that's older than me. And so he wasn't really like 10 years older than me. So he wasn't really in my life. He has a different dad than me, very different life. And so he wasn't home. Like it was me and then the 2 younger brothers, and the one just younger than me was the one, we're only 13 months apart. So we're really close in age. So he was never pretty much home from like the age of 8. From when he was 8, he was gone.
Really?
Yeah. He was just in and out of juvenile detention and always in trouble, always in foster homes. And so, like I said, foster care was really involved in my family, but wasn't necessarily for me. It was like to make sure, because when a kid is getting in so much trouble, you wonder what's going on at home.
Totally.
And so,
well, it sounds like you guys were probably on like the lower class side.
Yeah, completely.
And so the neighborhood area they're probably the foster care system's used to working in that area.
Yeah. And so they were involved in our life, but not directly with me. And things like progressively from age 8 to like age 12 got just really, really bad in my family. And that was kind of like the hardest time, where my mom was really struggling mentally. Like she could like literally could not take care of us, and she was always gone. Like she would just leave with boyfriends and like leave the house. We had no food. Like we lived in a trailer park, like a really ghetto trailer park. And it was bad. And so anyways, they took us, like the main reason they took us out of the home is because my mom had said that she was going to commit suicide. And because she said that, it was a threat to like the children.
Yeah,
and
it's super serious.
So exactly. So they took it seriously. They took us out of the home and said, they didn't really tell us why. They took us to a room. They took me out of school, and I like knew immediately when I got a note in class. I was like, yeah, that's foster care. Like I just could feel it. And they took me out, took my youngest brother out of school, and they took us to like their office area, and they had a room with toys and stuff, and they just sat us in there for like 8 hours.
Because you would have been 15.
Yeah, I was 14, 15 at this time.
And so your youngest brother was like a
6.
little kid.
Yeah. Like, so he didn't fully know like what was going on, and he was with me. So he was like, oh, like we're good, you know?
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah. So they took us from there and were trying to find us a foster home for a long time.
And then eventually you ended up living with your brother for like
I
a
did.
week or two.
Yeah. We lived with him. I honestly can't remember, like timelines are really hard for me.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember how long we lived with him. I think it was a little over a month actually that we ended up living with him. But he like had his own family. He didn't have a room. We were sleeping on a couch. Like it was not ideal for him or for us really.
Right.
And so they ended up finding us another home that we went to. And at that point it's kind of when mine and Kenzie's stories started to collide, where we were super, super close. We were always together. And Kenzie would be like picking me up and dropping me off at like all these different places. And she would ask me like, whose house are you at now? And like, what's going on? But
Kenzie, what were you thinking when you would pick her up at random places?
I mean, like I said, I was pretty naive to the fact that somebody could be going through that. And also Jamie was so normal, like had great grades, dressed super cute, was adorable. She was in AP classes, like super social. Like I feel like when you think of like a foster kid, you think of like the movie, like The Fosters, like, you know,
or
like
even like Orphan Annie.
That's exactly like very like almost grungy, not taking care of, they're like showering at school and like
they're shy.
Yeah. And like that wasn't Jamie. And so I guess my mind never really went there. I figured something was going on, but also Jamie's a private person. She doesn't love to share everything going on in her life. And I also felt like at that point in her life, she just didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And who am I to like push that over the edge? And so I just tried to be a friend and be like, I'll take you and pick you up wherever you want to go, you know?
And I loved that she didn't pry because I could just be me. Yeah. And like we could just have fun and hang out. And like it was my escape from my life. So like I don't want to come hang out with you and talk about it. Like I want to leave it and leave it behind.
Totally. And I got that vibe. So I think I just followed her vibe with it. And if something was really wrong, like I hope that she knew
would say something.
If she needed something that she could tell me. I do remember during sophomore year, this was like really early, but like I think this is like right when you guys got taken out of your home because it was when I was dropping you off at your brother's.
Yeah.
I had a cheer thing in London, and I remember while I was there, Jamie had texted me. We got like really, really close during that time. I got you something when I was in London that had like a little J on it. Like I remember like that was like a really big part of our friendship, and I remember her texting me and being like, I love being at your house. There's something different about being at your house. Like I just love how much love your family has for each other. I love that you sit down at dinner. Like, I just want you to know how much I like love being at your house. And that was before she started like staying over constantly. That was really, really early. And I remember like, sometimes I look back at that and I feel really bad because I probably should have done a little bit more and like known from that message that like she needed more help than I was giving her. But in my head, I was just like, oh, like that was so nice. Like she loves my family. But
like, great.
But looking back, I'm like, that was almost like a little bit
for help, a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, I was so young. I couldn't do anything else about it. But I do remember
you were in a bubble. You weren't even, that wasn't even a thought you would even process.
No,
like, oh, she's struggling with her home.
Yeah, like
home life.
Whose parents would do that?
Right.
Like that was my logic of it. I had very loving parents, so it was really hard for me to imagine.
Yeah. So you talk about in the first episode on the podcast about how you guys start hanging out, and a big turning point was when she got a sleepover on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Sunday was church.
Yes.
And that's kind of when you were there all the time, and you had stayed there for almost like a week at a time.
Like 8 nights.
And then you were at cheer and you sprained or broke something.
Yeah, I did. I ended up like, it was a really random, weird injury, but I ended up like cracking my pelvis, and the foster family I was with dropped me off at her doorstep and said,
dropped and drove away. Like dropped, see ya. Jamie knocked, and then they drove away. So like my mom didn't even see them. And that was when mom was like.
And now looking back, I'm like, what the freak? Like, why did I not think that would arise questions? But I didn't care because I
don't want to be at the home,
and I just wanted to be safe. Like, and so I didn't care at the moment. But like, look, whenever I tell that story, I'm like, a little like
I didn't want anybody to know, but also
like that was very obvious. Like what parent, as a mom, I'm like, I would never let my daughter. Like, no, that's not a thing.
No. So your mom was always, when you guys talked about the whole process, your mom was always very involved. Kenzie, your mom.
Yep.
And so what was your dad's perspective on everything?
This is actually funny because I feel like we get asked this question all the time because I always say my mom. My mom is just like our best friend.
Gotcha.
My mom is like.
Our mom is the powerhouse of the
Gotcha.
family.
Yes.
Like
Gotcha.
She's like
she
Kris-
runs the family.
She's like Kris Jenner.
Okay.
And so my dad is just like the most laid back, easygoing, loving.
Like he sees you and he's just like, how
I'm-
are you today? Like,
I'm
are you doing
so
okay?
proud
I'm
of
proud of
you.
you all the time.
Like he's the most loving.
When
human
we broke
being.
up with a boy, he was there. My mom's
Gotcha.
like, get
Get
the frick
over it.
over it. Move on tomorrow. We're good. And my dad's like, what do you need? Like everything. You're so strong and I'm proud of you. That's
type
him.
of thing.
So
That's him.
he's very involved. He's
Yeah.
very involved. I always just say mom because she's literally like one of our sisters.
Gotcha.
And she's like our best friend. And my dad is just like there, just being
Yeah.
like a good guy.
Like if she called the shots. So
Oh,
when when she saw that you were obviously in a bad situation,
Yep.
she was like, let's talk about adoption, and I don't care what you think, dude, because you know I run this house.
and he always was like, he loved Jamie.
Yeah.
He was
so
so
much.
yeah.
because you
like-
were there all the time.
I was there a lot. And I remember like they had said like you've always been like respectful and like good, and I would like never I like wanted to hang out there, which as a teenager that's weird. Like
I was like, let's go.
let's get
Yeah.
out of here, and I'm like, what? Let's hang out. Like let's just
Yeah.
be here. Like
Yeah.
it's good, it's safe, it's fun. Like
Yeah.
I'm good to like have stability for a moment.
Yeah.
And I think that
I was trying to go party.
Yeah.
yeah,
you're like,
and I think
I don't wanna be here.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that they saw that. I hope they saw that.
They're like, oh, she called Kenzie now.
Yeah.
like you're actually great. You're like a little leash.
Perfect.
Need you.
We
You're
need
the
you.
leash for Kenzie.
They always say that though, because our two older sisters went to college in California and then I was left by myself, and my mom and dad are always like,
And Kenzie needs like
I need like,
she needs a talk.
codependency?
Yeah. Yes.
yeah. And my mom's like, we couldn't talk to you as much as like Jamie would
needed.
talk to you.
Yeah.
And so they let Jamie come in and just let me talk to her. So
Yeah,
they didn't
it
have to
was
talk to me as
perfect.
much. It was
It was
great.
great.
It was a win-win for
It was a
everybody.
win-win situation. So eventually they take the steps to adopt you.
Yeah, so they got guardianship through foster care is what happened. So my caseworker had called them after staying there for 8 nights and was like, hey, she actually can't stay here this long. Like she's
Yeah.
custody of the state. We have to know she's safe. Like places that she is has background checks and they do classes and whatever. And so,
Or government funded. and-
yeah, exactly. So they were like, she
And
can't,
like these other people are getting paid to have Jamie.
Yeah.
And Jamie's not
then
there.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they were like, she can stay for 1 night and that's kind of it. And so she ended up like, I came home from school that day and I remember her being like, so Jessica called me, and I was just like, oh, frick.
And that's your
That
foster
was my
or
caseworker.
Caseworker. Okay.
And so, but the fact that she knew her name and I had never talked about her, I was like, oh no, like crap. Now I'm either going to have to tell her, I'm just going to leave and I'll probably never talk to Kenzie again. Because
Yeah.
now she will have to know everything.
Cool.
And I'd rather not tell them everything.
Yeah.
Like, so bye. No, but it went the other way. And she was like, I talked to Jessica and we want to foster you. And that was like, I mean, that was the biggest turning point of my life at that,
Yeah.
like that day, where it could either have gone like, sorry, or like something I would never dream of to happen could happen to my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's huge.
yeah, it was huge.
And that was the day I learned about it too.
Yes, because in the podcast you said that she talked to Jamie first.
I think she talked to me first. Don't you think?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But I mean, when your mom's talking to you about this, you said in your episode that like no part of you ever felt like I don't want to do this. Like
No
Jamie's my
part.
best friend. And that's so crazy to me because not only are you sharing all your stuff, you're sharing your parents. And
you're the baby.
Yeah, and you're the baby. You're the one that gets all the attention. Was there really never any part of you at any time where you were like, "Ugh, I don't know if I want this"?
I like wish that I could give you the answer of like, there was times I felt like that, but there truly has never, ever been a time in my life where I felt that. Like,
That's
ever.
amazing.
I've said this before, but like every time I look back on like our baby pictures, like I have truly always felt like there was something missing from my life. And I've
Yeah.
told that to my mom and dad many times growing up. Like I've always felt like I was just missing this puzzle piece in my life. Caitlin and Kendall are really similar. They really like sports and they like they're more tomboy. And I always felt like I was kind of like the black sheep a little bit. And I just, for some reason, I had always felt like there was something missing. I had always been the person that like brought friends in and like wanted to like help people. And
Yeah.
like, I like loved being that person. And once me and Jamie became friends, like there was just no doubt about it that she was the missing piece in my life. And I to this day, I'm like so grateful for like 15-year-old me that like wasn't trying to be selfish in that
Yeah.
moment, because it really did change my life. I know it changed Jamie's probably more, but like it really did change my, because I was the baby. I did get kind of everything
Yeah.
I wanted, and I didn't have to share anything at that point in my life. And I just got my own car, and I was like kind of on my own without my
Yeah.
sisters for the first time ever, which I was kind of excited about. But like, it was just a no-brainer. You know, it was what was meant to be, and it fell into my lap, and it was definitely the best decision of my entire life ever.
That's amazing. So Jamie, coming into the family and being now, you know, you have a new last name, like this is your new family.
Yep.
Was that transition just so easy, or were there times where you're like, do I call you mom? Do I call you dad? Like, am I okay to sit here or do this? Like,
I think like honestly, the transition was like super, super natural, which I was so, so grateful for, because I was nervous. Like all those thoughts go through my head. Like, should I get in the front seat of the car? Like,
yeah.
or should I just let Kenzie and like I'll be in the back seat? Cause like, I don't want to like mess anything up here, but
that's funny that's like an example to you.
That is like something that
that's something I would think about
like,
too, though.
I don't want to get in the front seat, cause like I have to hold the conversation now. Like I don't know.
I just would like never think of that.
I know.
No, I mean, I would think of that in your situation, but I just didn't think that
it
was
really
a thing.
was like so natural. And I think something that really helped was like all of the sisters, first of all, are like so close, and they all like call my mom Shelly. She's Shelly. Like we all call her Shelly. And so it was easy because like we kind of like everyone kind of called her Shelly. So I didn't have to like, hey mom, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so when it just came, and it was super natural, and it didn't feel weird. And I think that transition like actually really helped me, the fact that they just already called her that, because it made her mad, and they love to make her mad. And so by calling her first name, they made her mad. And so anyway, that transition was really easy. And both grandparents were just like totally like took me in as their grandchild, and like it was never a question. Like I remember a specific Valentine's Day, my dad's parents got like baskets for everybody, and they got me a basket, and I at this point like I don't even think I was a foster.
It was February and you got fostered in March.
Yeah, so it was right before, but they had like made me a basket just because I was around so much, and she signed it like grandma and grandpa, and so that was like so easy. My mom's dad, he's just like the best person in the whole world, and he just has like always called me, and just he's like the grandpa to everybody. And so luckily the transition was like so smooth and so easy. And I know like you see movies, and I know it's not like that for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I know that there's sometimes awkward transition periods, but I'm so grateful that it wasn't, because I don't know if I could have like handled that, like something else to like be kind of awkward or weird, but it wasn't. It was just easy. And to me, it was like, I was just so grateful that I finally had like stability in my life, and I didn't have to question like, okay, well, they literally signed these papers. Like they are my parents.
Yeah.
And so there's no question. Like
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, crap, like I'm never going to get in trouble, because like what if they just don't want me one day because I like did something bad as a teenager? But like
They're mom and dad now.
they're mom and dad, and we got in trouble and my mom took my phone and read my texts once, and like I got grounded, and like they almost didn't let me go to prom. And so I'm like, I kind of like wasn't laughing, but I'm like, I've never been punished because I don't have parents. And so like, this is kind of funny. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm grounded. Like this is weird.
Yeah.
And so I was like almost thankful for like rules, which is so weird, just because I was like, oh,
have that stability.
Like I'm okay with rules, actually.
Yeah, like we had to put our phones in my mom's room until we were 18, and Jamie put her phone in my mom's room every night.
That's amazing. I should do that with my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Why your kids don't need to be on their phone? They should be sleeping.
I mean, honestly, it was like really smart. But
it was really smart, but as a teenager, I'd kill my parents.
yeah,
No, exactly.
And I turned 18 before Jamie did, so I got my phone at night.
I made her share it with me.
I
though.
did.
That's true
No,
sisterhood.
But no, really, it was. I'm so grateful that the transition wasn't too hard for us at all.
Because it's not always like that.
No, it's not.
So I think the biggest question that people ask when they hear this story is your biological family.
Yep.
Do you talk to them? Are you close? You very much consider your mom and dad that you have now your mom and dad.
Yep.
So
what Gigi and Papa to your kids.
Yeah. So what do you call your biological mother? Your biological mother?
So yeah, birth mom.
Because she was your mom for 14 years.
Yeah.
Whether she was a good mom or a bad mom.
Yep.
It's a long time.
Yeah, completely. I made the decision in my life pretty much when I had kids that I like could not have any contact. Like I barely did in high school. It was the occasional like, and I would say Shelly, our mom, would like, she would try to check in and be like, have you talked to your mom? Like
she would often.
She would often, and I hated it when she did, because I'm like, I don't want to talk about her, but like she wanted to just be like, are you okay? Are you talking to them? Do you want to go see them? Like she was trying to help me as much as I wanted to be helped, but I didn't want to see them. Like I needed to get away from that. So I had to make a decision that like for my mental health and the fact that I was married and I'm having kids, like my kids are now my biggest priority. And so I'm not going to bring in mess and trauma and like all of this into their life, because my job is to protect them and my job is to give them the best life that they can possibly have.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. And I never got that. And so obviously one day I'm going to tell them about my life and they'll know, but I just had to make the decision that I can't have any involvement in them whatsoever.
So brothers as well.
Yep. Brothers as well. Yep. And I know people like will ask about my younger brother, cause like I was his protector and stuff, but I think he has his own story to tell, and I never want to take his story if that's ever a story. But also you have to remember he was 6 years old. So he had a very different vision and memory of what had happened because he was young and he had no idea. Like I'm sure that he felt trauma and he felt yelling and stuff in the home, but like he was so young that he didn't really know exactly what was going on.
He
Whereas
didn't see the things that you
he
saw.
didn't see the things I saw, and he didn't. Yeah.
So do you think there's resentment then from that? Like, do you think they have resentment towards you?
I honestly don't know. Like I don't know. I hope that as like a mom, you can see, wow, my kids got a life that I could never give them.
Yeah.
And
be happy for
that
you.
they're happy and like I am thriving in my life. And I hope they don't see me on social media. I hope that they don't really have anything to do with me either. Like, just because for me, I don't want that. Like, I don't want them in my life. And so I just had to make that decision for my mental health and for my kids and my family, that was my priority. So,
yeah.
And if like my youngest brother ever reached out to me, I would never like not talk to him.
Right.
Like, but like I said, he just has a different viewpoint and a different vision of what had happened. And I want him, because he's back with my birth parents.
Okay.
Or my birth
I was going to ask, but I didn't know if I could.
Yeah, no, he's back with my birth mom. So, and he went back kind of at the exact same time that Kenzie's parents got guardianship and custody of me.
So I can see how that would be a little messy.
Completely. And
But
also
he wanted to go back.
He wanted to go back. And I wanted him to go back because if she got the help she needed mentally and she had a chance to be a good mom, like he deserved that too.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't get that.
Yeah, you didn't get that.
But he deserves it. He deserves it too. And so like, I just hope that he has like a good life and he didn't have to go through the things that I did in the extent that I did.
Yeah.
So
that clears a lot of things up. Because when I was listening, when I heard the story on your podcast, I was like, well, where is he? And like,
yeah, a lot of people wonder.
And like, you were 14, like if my daughter at 14, but you have to remember, like your mom was not okay. Like she was not well.
Yes.
It wasn't a healthy mother and daughter relationship.
No.
By any means.
And I think that as like a stable mom in your mind, like you can't fathom that a mom could do that to their kid and like let them go and like all these things, but it was never like a normal mother-daughter relationship. Yeah. Like you don't talk about bills and you don't leave your kid at night
and
if you don't
take
have
care of this newborn.
Yeah, if you're a normal stable mom. And so the relationship of like a mother-daughter, that didn't exist.
So I'm assuming she wasn't at your wedding.
No, I don't. No.
Have you done any like therapy or internal work to work through all of that? Because 14 years is a long time. I remember when I was 9, like those are memories that are probably very vivid.
Yep.
So what have you done, if you have done anything to kind of work through all that?
Yeah, I've gone to therapy. I actually recently like took it very seriously because I was having bad nightmares and like kind of reliving trauma.
Like PTSD a little?
Yeah, exactly. And reliving these really scary events. And I have gone to therapy now and found a therapist I love. And I started EMDR therapy.
Yeah.
Or EDMR.
I
always get those messed up. But I started that type of therapy and it's been like super, super healing for me. So I definitely have tried to take charge of that because I can feel it. And I feel like in situations I'm anxious and like Kenzie will know when I'm like, okay, I'm not good. We're in like a scary situation and I don't feel very comfortable here. Or like she knows and she helps me through it. So,
well, because I think it'd be easy too to just want to forget, right? You just want to forget. You want to move past. Like you even said, your guys' mom would try to bring up you talking to your mom. You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do anything because it brings it up. It brings back those
uncomfortable feelings.
So it would be really easy to do that, but in the long run, that's not going to help you because at some point you got to feel the feelings.
You do, and I need to be like a good, mentally stable mom for my kids. And if can't get past my childhood, how am I going to give them like a good childhood?
Totally.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about your guys' life after high school. You guys meet your husbands. What are the stories there?
I met DJ in Arizona before we went to college. We were just going to like community college and
Looking for water.
Yeah, looking for
It's right
water.
behind you.
So we met. He actually went on a date with my older sister, a group date, and Kat came home and was like, "I have this guy that's perfect for you." So we went out a couple times. We broke up for a year and a half, and then we got back together. And within a month, we got engaged, and then we got married 7 weeks later.
Who got married first?
Jamie did.
I did.
And then we moved to Idaho, and we finished college in Idaho, and then we had Payson.
Did you go to BYU, Idaho?
We did. It
Go
sucked.
Cougs.
Justin
No.
calls it the factory.
No, it was fun, and like looking back, I like miss it because it was
Yeah.
just like a little experience of our lives. But it was freaking cold. We moved there in January. It was so cold, and we stayed a year. We got pregnant really quickly.
Was
and
that planned?
Yes, it was planned. We got pregnant a year after we got married, like to the day, and then we had Payson in April, 3 days before college graduation. And then
wow.
we had college graduation, and then we moved back home.
What did you both graduate in?
DJ is exercise science, and he's
Okay.
in physical therapy school now getting his doctorate. And
Smart.
I did psychology. So I don't
Awesome.
use it, but I really loved my degree.
I loved in high school. I was like, I want to be a psychologist because mostly I just love to hear people vent and I love to hear
Yeah,
their stories.
That's
So
how
I'm
I
like-
felt. I like to like talk to people
and give people advice as if I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. So that was us. I mean, it was like a long journey of us dating and getting
Yeah.
back together. And
But
then, like,
my
getting
family,
married.
How
my
old were
family
you when you
always
got married?
knew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone knew that he was the one.
Everyone,
Yes.
everyone. Jamie was in college, and she was in Idaho, and I was in Arizona, and I would call her, and I'd be like, I went on this date, and he was so hot, and I really liked him, and she's like, did you like him as much as you liked DJ? And I'd be like,
She's like, really? Stop asking me that.
I'd get so annoyed, but
How old were you when you got married?
I was 20.
20. Okay. So did he go on a mission?
No, I was the first girl he dated when he got home from his mission,
Okay.
and I actually had my mission call when I met him.
Oh,
And
the
so-
juice.
So I hate talking about it, but here we are. We're on the weekly trash. So then we dated from August until October, October is when I left, and I really didn't want to go, and I wanted him to tell me to stay, but he wouldn't tell me to stay.
Right.
And so he was like, "You should go."
He's a godly man.
And no. And so then I left, and he's like, "I'll write you your whole
So
mission."
you left. You went to the MTC.
I left.
For those
She
who don't
went
know
to
what a
Mex-
mission is, it's
Yes.
a church mission. You go out. I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I still get questions
Yep.
every time I bring it
Yep.
up.
So I
You
was
go and
supposed
you
to be
preach
gone.
to church.
Yeah, I was supposed to be gone for a year and a half. I went to
Yeah.
Mexico City. I went to the MTC in Mexico City. So I
Wow.
went straight
Which
there.
is the training center.
Where was your calling?
Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
So I was like there.
yeah.
So there's so much backstory to this, but he actually like sent another girl off on her mission right before me, and then like wrote her off, like said I'm not dating
Yeah.
you, and that's when me and him got together. And so she was still on her mission when I left, and so my biggest fear was that I was gonna be gone and she was gonna come home and then they were gonna get married, because I was like, no, I want to get married, whatever. So I left on my mission. We wrote, everything was totally fine. I was there for 6 weeks, and I was just like struggle bus. Like
Yeah.
I've never had anxiety. I've never had depression. And I was just like, and I don't think it was all because of him. I think it was
Well,
just
you also grew up in a bubble.
exactly.
You were kind of a privileged girl.
I definitely was.
Mexico City is.
I wanted to get out of
Arizona.
yeah. And I like never had like any mental health thing. So I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Like I'll be fine because I'm
Yeah.
like super stable and like I'm fine. But it was so freaking hard. It was one of the hardest things to do. Like honestly, it was really hard. And so I decided to come home, and I like emailed DJ and I was like, I'm coming home, and ghost. He didn't
Oh,
email
no.
me back. And so I emailed Jamie.
She's like, find out what's going on, which I had heard that like a week after he was already like kind of talking to another girl, but I was like, I'm not telling Kenzie that because like maybe
Yeah.
he's just sad and like
Yeah, he
and
needs
I
a
told
pick-me-up.
and I told
I-
him to date. Like I
Yeah.
told him to like go on dates.
you were
so-
like date,
but don't like date.
Yeah,
but like you better not
yeah,
actually,
type of
you
thing.
know, but
But yeah, he was dating.
and so Kenzie's like, what's going on? Like, I'm so sad. And I was just like, do what you need to do. Like, if this is not like for you, come home.
so I did.
So she did.
And he was dating somebody else, like boyfriend, girlfriend. I was gone for 6 weeks. And
cool.
cool. Yeah, no, cool.
You're like, my whole life plan is now upside down.
now can I
Now
go
I'm-
back?
Do I
But I was
see you later?
But I was really glad to come home. I made the right decision in coming home, even if it wasn't like ideal for what my situation was.
And don't forget, 6 weeks is still a long time somewhere.
That's 2 months.
Yeah.
Like,
So fun. But yeah, then we like kept talking. We talked like, we didn't go like longer than 2 weeks without seeing each other. We hung out all the time. I always knew that we'd probably get married, but I was 18. Like I was so young when we met, and like I needed time. He obviously needed time. And
also that was the first like Mormon boy
I
that
never dated.
Kenzie had ever dated.
Really?
I never dated Mormon boys.
They're
ever.
in Prescott, they were kind of the odd one. So
Gotcha.
we went for the non-Mormon boys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so it was like kind of a big deal that like, oh, actually this could actually turn into something because
Totally.
like we're in the same church and we could get
Yeah.
married.
And I just like felt like soulmates.
Would you have ever married somebody who wasn't a member?
I think I would have. I think it would have been really hard for me because I think it's just a big cultural difference.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been like the not getting married in the temple. I think it would have been like just a really different
Yeah.
marriage.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's why people marry like almost a lot in their religion because it just
See,
makes
my
sense.
parents are the opposite. My mom's LDS, my dad's not. Always been that way.
Always been that way.
So it can work.
It totally
but you have to
can.
go into it knowing that.
And I don't know if I could have done that.
Yeah.
So,
And that's fair.
and I didn't date a guy I liked enough to get married.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to think about it because I didn't like anybody enough. And so, yeah, I was dating another guy. I was really serious with him. I looked at engagement rings. I was really excited. I was finally over DJ. I was like moving on. DJ had asked me to hang out with him and I like shut him down immediately. I was like, no, I'm dating this guy. I'm really excited. Like we're really
Hard to get.
serious. Yeah, no, super hard to get. And I was like, please beg me to hang out with you. And so he did. He like begged me. And so I went back to like this guy I was dating and I was just like, I need a week. I was like, "Ooh."
There you
I
go.
was like, I need 1 week. I need like to figure out what I'm doing. I need some time, whatever. He's like, okay, take a week. That's fine. And then I immediately went and hung out with DJ. And then right after hanging out with DJ, I went back to this guy's house and I was like, we can't date anymore. Like I can't date somebody I don't like as much as, and I can't marry somebody I don't like as much as I like my ex-boyfriend
You'll
that
just
I'm
think
not
about
even,
it all the time.
Exactly. So broke up with him. Didn't even think me and DJ were going to get back together because I was like, I don't know. I wasn't looking for, like I wasn't assuming anything. I was just like, I can't even date another guy that I don't like as much. Just trying to be like a good person. So me and DJ ended up getting back together and getting engaged like literally 1 month later.
And now you have 2 children.
Now 2 children and
Life's great.
he's my best friend and I just love him so much.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah. Hated him for a minute, but
Yeah, it kind of sucks that he was dating someone while you
Yeah,
were gone.
no.
Rude.
Wow.
We'll remind him of that every day for the rest of your life.
He
I
grew up.
do.
He grew up.
he really did.
He needed
did.
to get like a little streak out of him, and he did.
He did.
So what about your husband?
He wasn't as big of a douche.
Your husband wasn't a douche. He was a good guy.
No, well,
He wasn't a playa.
we met at BYU, Idaho.
Oh, so yeah, he was a godly man.
He's a godly man, and he was my roommate's brother.
Okay.
So move-in day, he was helping her move in, and I was like still dating a boy back home, and I was like, I'm not like really here to date or get married. Like that was not
None of these
something-
guys are my type.
None of these guys are gonna do it for me. Like, no, sorry, Idaho, no.
Well, are both of your husbands from Arizona?
No.
DJ's from Arizona
Yes.
and Justin's from Canada.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Canadian, eh?
yeah, we got a Canadian.
They're nice.
Yeah, and
They're the nicer
They're
people
the
of the
nicer people.
world.
They are. And
Justin's
so-
dad said, don't marry the first girl you date at BYU, Idaho.
And he did.
And he did. So yeah, I mean, our story was pretty simple, boring.
What's that
Compared to
like?
No, but we met and we just like, he wasn't really looking to date or get married either. And
Yeah.
so we would like hang out, like our like apartments would hang out together and we'd do stuff together. And we just like kind of felt like drawn to each other and we kept hanging out and we started dating and it just went from there. And then we got,
now you have 2 kids too.
and now we have 2 kids too.
Did you guys plan that to have kids together?
We did the second.
We did the
The
second.
first are a year and a half apart.
But that's still pretty close.
It is in the
Especially-
grand scheme.
Yeah, like when they
That-
get older, they'll be
yes,
besties.
That one definitely was not planned. Jamie was married and pregnant before I was even married.
I was like 8.5 months pregnant.
Because you got married at 18? Or engaged at 18, married
Yeah.
at
And then at my wedding, she was
Yeah.
pregnant with her first. And so I actually truly thought I was going to wait 5 years into marriage to have kids. I like didn't think I was going to be like a good mom. Like I was not destined to be a mom. And then I went to BYU, Idaho and I was like, oh, everyone has kids. Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then so I got pregnant.
And look at you now.
And look at me now.
Thriving, good mom.
Mommy blogger.
Yeah.
Mommy blogger.
Let's
I'm
talk about
dead.
mommy blogging for a second because it's like a topic right now
Mhm.
on every social platform about
Yes.
posting about our kids.
I just want you to know I almost took this question off of your list, but I'm gonna leave it because I think it's important to talk about.
I think it is. And when I sent it, I was curious to see if you would take it off.
I almost did.
I was curious. So this is really brave of you.
Thank
to
you.
keep it on here, because you guys do post a lot about your kids, and some people don't like that. Some people hate that, but other people love that, and that's how they relate to you. And it's the mommy blogging world, and your kids are cute. Your outfits are cute that you put on your kids, you know, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about posting about our children because they can't consent to it because they're little.
Yeah.
And also we don't know who's seeing the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you started, we kind of talked about when you first came, how I had found you on social media was through your content with your daughter and her cute matching outfits. So what is your take on posting your children on social media?
Do you want me to go? Or do you want to go?
Yeah, you have a story, so I can tell mine, and then you have a good.
Oh, do I have a story?
You have a great story.
Will you tell me it?
No, you can tell it.
I don't know what it is.
I'll help you.
Okay, thanks.
But I think that I just don't think there's like a golden rule for it. I think that you have to take it as a mom, and you have to feel what's right for you. And if you don't feel that posting your kids is okay, don't post them. If you feel like that's not their consent, don't do it. But for me, I'm like, this is the way I look at it, is I'm not posting anything that I think that they're going to hate. I'm not ever posting them throwing tantrums. I'm not ever posting them
in the bath or on the potty.
Like I'm posting pictures of me and my kids, and I'll post them on stories or whatever. And if like, I know that once they're out there, they're out there. And so obviously that's a concern. And the concern is like people that follow you and you don't know what the pictures are doing. But at the end of the day, I think that if those pictures are being taken for something disgusting,
Out of context,
those people will face their demons one day. Like that is obviously, I worry about what I post as far as like, I want to keep them safe, but I can't control what other people do. And so I can only control what I do, and I can control what I put out there. And to me, what I put out there doesn't seem harming.
it's wholesome.
Wholesome content. And it's my life. And I want to share my kids are literally my life. I think as a mom, everybody gets that. And like Kenzie says, whether you have 1 million followers or 5 followers, like you would probably post a photo of your kid, just even to your private followers. You know what I mean? Like even if it's just family and friends.
You're proud of them. They're the thing you're the most proud of.
Exactly. And so I guess that's kind of my viewpoint of it, is that, and also I will say like Navy, who's 5, I will ask her like, hey, can we do this funny video? And she'll say, let me see it first. And I'll show her what the video is. And sometimes she's like, I don't want to do that one. And so we don't do it. And sometimes she says, oh, that's funny. I want to do that. Or when I'm scrolling TikTok, she's sitting next to me. She sees a funny video. Mommy, we should do that. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so obviously she's 5, so she doesn't fully comprehend what's going on. But at the same time, if she's not in the mood to do a video, she will tell me I'm not doing a video, and we will not do the video.
Yeah, you're not forcing her.
I'm not ever forcing her to do videos or photos. Even if I try to do a fun little photo shoot with my almost 2-year-old, I know within the first 5 seconds if she's in the mood, and if she's not, we're done. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I agree.
My turn.
Yeah, let's hear it.
No, I definitely started on social media with posting pictures of her. Like that was like my thing. But I think we also need to put it in perspective that was like the thing at the time.
Yeah.
Like that's what everyone was doing. And I was.
Your feed was your kid.
Yeah. No, and I am so embarrassed about that. Like
this topic wasn't talked about until like now.
No,
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think that makes it really hard for me because I was in the generation, like I was in like the Krista Horton generation. Like she posted Collie and she posted her kids and like got the brand reps where you got like a free bow for posting 12 photos, or you got like 10% discount for giving your arm away. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what you do.
Super normal thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that was the era that I was in, and I didn't expect to be where I am now. Like I really didn't. I expected to get like maybe 5,000 followers and like just kind of be happy with that. And like I truly loved taking photos. I loved dressing her up and taking photos, and she just like had such personality and like loved,
she's adorable,
and loved taking photos. I was never ever ever forcing her to take photos. Like it would be very
natural,
obvious if she was bawling in the photo. Like she just immediately smiled as soon as I took my phone out. Like she loved it, and it was fun to do together. And like Jamie said, it's hard because obviously they don't have consent at their age, but also she like was just genuine, and she was happy, and she was love, and I just loved her smile and taking photos of her. And I didn't see anything wrong with it until obviously lately, where like I go on Pinterest and like the first thing I search is baby girls, and immediately it's Payson.
Yeah.
And like that does creep me out a little bit. Like it really does. Like I don't like seeing all the role play stuff on TikTok. Like whenever somebody sends me one of those, I immediately message the people and I'm like, you need to take this down. Like that's
you do not have
okay.
permission to use these photos.
And 9 out of 10 times they take them down. Like I don't even need to ask them twice. Like I'll DM them. It's normally 14-year-old girls playing role play like they want to be our family because they like the perfect family. And so I will say like most of the time, I will say there's only been maybe one time in my entire time on Instagram that somebody hasn't taken something down when I've asked them to. And so at least like, I feel like I've been really respected there when I've asked people to take them down. I know that people think like the role play accounts are so weird, which they are so weird. But again, with my experience of them, they're like 13-year-old girls trying to have like pretend like they have
Describe the role play accounts for people who don't know what that is.
They're like, they'll like show a photo of like a girl, like a mom, and be like, hi, I'm Katie. And it's like, obviously it's not Katie. And then it's like, hi, I'm Gary. And it's like a picture of a hot guy with like his shirt off. And then it's like, these are our kids. And then they'll flash like 8 photos of a bunch of different kids. And normally 9 out of 10 times Payson's on those because she just has so many photos. And I took so many photos of her. And they're just like pretending like it's their life when like in reality they're taking these photos from a lot of like Instagram moms, you know?
And there was one, we kind of laughed about, they took like my family and Kenzie's family, and then they had Justin cheating on me, like, but they had all these random names, like Justin cheating on me with Kenzie's other friend. Like they like create these dumb scenarios, and they have like all their friends commenting like, Justin did this, and like, well,
they're obviously
I'm on
13.
Jamie's side. Exactly. Like it's dumb stuff, which like you said, we just message and say, take this down. You do not have permission to use these photos. And I've never had somebody not. But Kenzie did have an Instagram influencer actually like bash her on her stories. She posted all this stuff about.
Yeah, she was posting about all of this and saying that all the role play accounts were directly linked to sex trafficking. And if you allow these people to have pictures of your kids, you're basically putting your kids up for sex trafficking. That was like basically the argument that she was trying to make. And so anyway, so she posted like, don't show your kids, never show your kids. I stopped showing my kids, which like I fully respect. I have no problem with that. Like,
because do you see the other side of the argument?
Of 100%. No, I 100% see the other side of the argument, but don't come at me for like making a decision about my family. Like, I'm not coming at you. Like you
love your kid more than they love your kid. Like you're going to do what's best for your kid.
That's what the problem, that's what I felt like was happening. So then she like posted about this role play account. And then one of my followers DM'd me and said, hey, this role play account is using your photo. And I DM'd those people back and I said, ugh, I know. Like I said, I know. Or something like short and sweet. I DM'd the role play account. They took it down immediately. And that was that. And the role play account apologized and I moved on with my life. Then
the person that DM'd her screenshotted
it and sent it back to that girl.
Because all Kenzie said was, oh, I know.
Because I handled it. I didn't need to give them any more information.
Yeah.
And so then they went back to the girl that was like shaming a bunch of moms and was like, look at this mom. She doesn't care about her kids. And then she blasted me. She tagged me. She put
her pictures of her kids on her
story.
That's hypocritical. That's doing exactly what you're saying not to do.
Exactly.
And so I went at her because I was pissed. Like I am a very nice person, but like that was not okay. So I went at her and I was like DMing her and she was just like basically telling me I was a horrible mom, like telling me like I need to take all of these pictures off of my account and all these things. And here's my one argument that like I feel pretty strongly on. Like there are so many things that can happen in the world. There are so many things that we don't have control over. We don't have control over if we have our kid in a cart at Target and they get taken out of it. Yeah. Like we don't have control over those things that happened to us. I was raped and I didn't have control over that. And that really took away a lot of my control in my life. And I've always told myself I will never take control away from my life based on somebody else's actions. And I know that there are arguments for being safe on social media. And I think it's very smart to be aware and to be safe on social media. But there are things that can happen to anybody anywhere. And I don't want to take away my power and my control over what I post because I'm scared of somebody else taking it in the wrong way. Things happen every day and things can happen whether you're walking at Walmart or whether you're walking at Target or walking on the street. Like you could be in your apartment. Like people got murdered in Idaho. Like you could be anywhere and something could happen to you. And so my thought on my life is just I'm going to live the way that I want to live. I want to have my peace. I want to live the way that I'm going to live without feeling like I'm being controlled by outside sources. And like Jamie said, I think that there's a special place in hell for people that use children's photos in a way that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I have scaled back my sharing my kids a lot in the last 2 years. Like I feel like I rarely show them anymore. I show them like obviously fully clothed. I never share them in the bath. I never share them on the potty. Like, I mean, there are very few photos of my kids even to this day. Like they're all old photos of my children
or photos with your family
or photos with my family, which everyone posts photos of their family. Like you can't not post photos of your family. I mean, you can if you want to, that's totally fine. But I just choose to. And I hope that everyone respects that positioning, but I also respect other people's positioning. And if they don't want to share their kids, like Maya Knight just stopped sharing her kids. And I think that's a great decision for her family. And I heard some.
And if those thoughts are what are consuming you, like stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Protect your peace. Everyone deserves to protect their peace. However that is, you protect your peace.
I agree. Starting this podcast, I made my personal account private just because I was like, so many random people are following me. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this because I'm not used to this. And
you also like kind of didn't sign up for that.
Yeah. Like
it's not about you.
Yeah. My podcast is about, it's about people and me, not really my kids and my family so much.
Completely.
Like I talk about it a little bit in personal trash and things like that, but I mean, they're not the poster of my podcast.
Which is what I've been trying to stray away from. Yeah. Because I feel like Payson was the poster child for my social media and I just do not ever want that ever. Like I look back and cringe. I hate it. I hate how much I posted. I hate how much information I shared about her. I've been so much more private and people have noticed and people hate it and people unfollow me for it, but we're protecting our peace.
Yeah, protecting your peace.
Yep.
Thanks for touching on that.
Yes.
I know you didn't want to.
You're welcome.
But I'm glad you did.
Yes.
Because I see both sides. I totally see both sides. And I think the people who are strong on one side, we're curious to hear your answer, whether it was they're all about posting their kids or they think it's so wrong.
Yep. Yes.
And they just want to hear like your perspective because again, it's your kid.
Yeah.
It's your life. It's what you think is going to be best for you. And this is something we have to navigate because our parents didn't have this issue. Yeah.
I wish my parents took more photos of me.
Like, well, that's the cool thing too, is I think about all the photos my kids are going to have.
But that doesn't mean you have to post them.
Right.
You can just take them.
You can just take them. Me and my husband were talking about this the other day when I was just like taking a video of them playing. He's like, how cool is that? Like, we just have all these 5-second little videos that we take every time they do something that our parents never got that.
And they get to like have their whole childhood right there for them pretty much
hopefully.
to rewatch.
Hopefully they want it.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But
yeah, I have a lot. Like
you're going to be.
I have a lot.
You're going to be looking for a long time.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. So let's talk about social media, influencing, podcasting.
Okay.
Yep.
When did you guys start noticing that influencing was going to make money? It could be a career. You could do this like full time.
Okay. I hit 10,000 followers in April of
2021.
No, 19.
2020.
2020?
Payson's first birthday.
Yes, it was Payson's first birthday. Is she 2019? Why do I think she was 2018? Wow. Yeah, so I hit 10,000 followers. And at that point of like social media world, 10,000 followers was like, you're making money. Yeah. That's a huge freaking deal. Yeah. Now
like when you could swipe up.
Yeah.
You could swipe up. That was like the really big deal.
Yeah. You could now link and you could swipe up.
Yeah.
Like,
that was I felt like I was a huge deal. So I hit 10,000 followers and I was like, okay.
Where's the money?
Like I was so excited. I remember my first brand deal, I made $50. And I mean, obviously like.
And it took her like 4.5 hours.
No, it took me so long. It literally took me so long because I was so excited about it. But it obviously like wasn't like immediate. Like it takes time and energy and like growth. And I also was like a baby. Like I was an infant. Like I look back on videos of myself and I was like, I would not have given me money either.
Yeah.
Like who would pay me to like
trust you?
No, like the filters
to represent their brand.
I would use. I just cannot. So it did take a while, but I would say like a year in, I hit 100,000 followers. And that's when Jamie told me to quit my job. I was working for my dad. I was a receptionist. And Jamie was like, Kenzie, you gotta quit. Like when you're at work, because she was working there too. She's like,
Kenzie was really slacking.
I was like, when
she was doing no work.
I couldn't. I was doing so much social media, but I was too scared to let
that be her job.
And because DJ wasn't working. DJ was in grad school. And so I was the full provider of the family. And I was so scared to have like because Instagram and TikTok and social media in itself is like so unpredictable. Like you never really know how much you're going to make every month.
Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, I've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
And so I was really nervous. And then Jamie literally made me type out the brand deals I had for like the next like 3 months. And she was like, Kenzie, you have to quit. Like you have to quit. And I was like, I'm so scared to tell dad. I'm so scared. And you literally were like, nope, you're done. Tell dad your last days.
Your last days next week. You're done.
You're done. Cause
You're done.
I was
You're
so
done.
overwhelmed. Like I had so much going on. This was all brand new to me. I had no idea. I had no idea. I went to school for psychology. Like I did not know what I was doing. I got a manager. That was one of the best decisions I made. I didn't love my management. And so I got new management who I'm still with today. And I am obsessed. Jamie's with them too. And they're just the best. They're literally like family to me. Like they're family.
They care about you.
Yeah. And so that's kind of when I made the switch. You were talking about, was it on our podcast? It might've been on our podcast, but you said something like, you know, like as an influencer, like especially when you are the sole provider of the family, like you have to just keep going, even if like you want to take a break.
Yeah.
And that is not sometimes I feel I love my job. I would not want to be doing any other job. I love my job. I worked so hard for it, but I am the sole provider of the family. Like while DJ's in grad school. So he graduates like in a couple weeks and I'm
Kenzie's deleting your account. Just kidding.
No, but I am excited to like have a little bit less of the pressure on me.
Of like, okay, if I don't
want to take this brand deal, I don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Because I mean, I don't have to now because like I have enough where I'm like, I could not do that one this month, but it will be really nice to have like my husband be like making money. Yeah. Finally.
Oh, I can imagine that would be very nice.
Yeah. Yes. So that was the beginning of social media, kind of to where it is now. TikTok started in like 2021. I would say I took off on TikTok really, really suddenly. I did not understand it. I did not get it. My first video I ever posted had 15 million views in like an hour.
You're like, oh.
It was very weird. Like I did not understand it. But now I love TikTok. I hated it for like a year straight, but now I love it and it's fun. It's more fun now.
TikTok's fun for sure. I love TikTok.
TikTok is fun.
But nobody really understood it for a minute there.
It was like a dancing, singing thing.
I was not.
It was like trying to be Vine.
Yeah, but
like
it wasn't.
But it wasn't. And
so Jamie, when did you start?
I don't know how much longer. Like after Kenzie, I started. Like when she would go take photos with Payson, like a lot of times I would go to just like.
Jamie dipped her foot in.
I did
on a many occasion.
I did, and I just couldn't commit. I was like scared, and I was just like, I don't know.
We'd like go cluster shoot, and we'd have like 15 posts, and then Jamie would post one of them, and then like I'd be like, Jamie, like just post them all. We have lots.
Come on.
But I feel like you dipped your toe so many times. You're like, I'm gonna do it. Oh, just kidding. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Oh, just kidding.
And I felt like, why would people care about my life? Like, she's like, just get on your stories and talk. I'm like, what the freak do I talk about? Yeah. Like, hey, I'm just like doing this today. Like my 2,000 followers, they're not going to care.
Like, but people actually care.
But people actually do care. And that's how you get out there is people being like, oh, she's sharing. Like, I kind of am now interested. Yeah. Like, what are you doing today? Yeah. And so anyway, I don't remember when I fully committed, but I did. Kenzie finally, she got me there. I fully committed. And she was like, Jamie, we can literally do this together. Like, I know all the tricks. Yeah. I know.
I don't like doing things by myself.
Come on, codependent. She's like, I can help you. Like, I know the tricks. I know how to grow. Like, let's do it. And so she helped me so much. And I just started posting more. And
because you're at like 70 something.
Yeah. Yep.
That's amazing.
And so, yeah. I don't know. That's just kind of random. Like I don't have the same like,
just like
I don't really remember like when it started, but
it was nice for me when she got to quit being a receptionist.
Yeah, I did. I finally got to quit, which was the best thing ever. And I guess I like never felt like, okay, I could do this and this could be like an actual career and job. And once I realized like, okay, I have to, I feel like I grew the most when Reels started becoming a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like I remember I hit 10K the day Rossi was born. And that was like a really cool day for me, even though 10K was still pretty cool.
I'm still shooting for 10K.
I was going to say, no. 10K was still like, I'm saying it was
but that's like the swipe up. Like you could not link anything until you had 10K.
Yeah,
that's why it was a big deal. Not because it made you, but it was like, I can link things.
And I remember being like, oh my gosh, okay, I can link and I can get my first brand deal. Like that's when I felt like, because that's when Kenzie got hers, I could get mine.
Yes.
And so I hit 10K and I got my first brand deal and it was $100.
You were better than me.
Doubled Kenzie.
I doubled Kenzie. It was $100 and it took me about 4 to 8 hours. I don't remember. It was really hard. And I re-recorded the stories a billion times because I felt.
Was that ABC Mouse?
ABC Mouse. I felt so stupid. And like replying to emails, I'm like, $100. Like I felt like I made it.
I'm
like,
asking for a lot.
100.
Yeah.
Give me $100. Like,
oh no, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm in that right
yes,
now.
exactly. And so I remember hitting 10K, and then I remember reels were when I really was like, I'm doing this. And I would post 2-3 reels a day every single day, except for like one day a week. I'd post one. Like Sundays were my one reel. And so I felt like that's when I actually like started to feel like, okay, I can actually grow. Like,
yeah,
this is something's working for me. And so reels were kind of, I kind of hate reels now. I don't hate them, but I think I burnt myself out. Like we would do literally 3 reels a day. And so batching out that, Justin and I would take a Saturday for like 6 hours and just do reels back to back to back to back to back.
That's a lot.
And
thank you.
Sometimes I feel like the burnout on social media is so strong. Like, I mean, I did the same thing. I batched photos. Like we would bring 6 outfits to like a spot and then take 6 photos so I could have photos for the entire week. And if I missed a day of a photo, I would sit in my room and I would cry because I'm like, I don't have a photo today. Like people are not going to care about me like this.
Really?
Yes. And I remember it was the day before I left for Turkey with Payson. I took Payson to Turkey with me and I didn't have a photo. And I was so stressed about packing, getting everything ready for it. I was 9 weeks pregnant. I was so sick. Not like so sick, but I was not feeling great. And I remember like me and DJ, like, I'm like, we have to go take a photo to be like, I'm going to Turkey. Like we need to take a photo. We need to, like, we need to do this. And I remember being so stressed. He's like, Kenzie, it's not the end of the world. And that was like my turning point because I was like, whoa, like that's ridiculous. Like that's so dumb that I'm so
and like so unhealthy.
It's
think that.
It's so unhealthy.
Like you can't even enjoy like doing this.
And then you also can't even enjoy the audience that you have because your mind is always in, I need to grow. I need to have more followers. I need to have this. I need to have that. And I feel like that's what Reels was too. Like I was just posting random videos that like weren't even that funny or like didn't really relate to me at all. Like it wasn't who I was, but I was doing it for the views because I wanted to gain more followers. Yeah. Whereas now I'm like, my followers love me. Like, why am I pretending to be something that I'm not? You know, it's just like
be who you are. Building
confidence in who you are. And I think that people forget that like, you've watched me grow up. Like, it's not that I'm not who I was 5 years ago, but I also have changed because I've grown up and I found myself and I've gained a new confidence. And I feel like I get that comment, like, not often, but like, I'll get that and it like hurts my feelings. Like, you're not relatable anymore. You've changed so much. And I'm like, thank gosh. Like, thank goodness I've changed because I was an infant and I had no idea what I was doing. I had the lowest self-esteem. I was finding my space on social media through how many followers and how many likes I have. And that's not where I am now. And I'm so grateful I'm not where that spot was anymore because I'm happier now and I am more mature and I am more confident. And you just have this growth that is much better like as you grow up. And I feel like that when people say I'm not relatable anymore, I've changed, like I'm like, thank goodness because I don't like who I was back then.
Like we all need to change just a little
and
bit.
I was so young. Like I was so young. I just had my first baby. Like I was 21. Like
well, and I think that the biggest thing is like when you can focus on the community you have is how we've been able to grow other companies and brands we have.
Like the podcast.
The podcast. We focused on the community we had and we've grown and developed a relationship with that community that they trust us. And so when they trust us, they're going to share us with their friends and with their family and whatever. And so,
and they actually know us. They don't like watch a funny video of us and like
follow us because
podcasts are so much more personable.
Exactly.
Which is what we wanted. That's what we were trying to do.
To create.
Because you've had Codependent for over a year now.
A little bit over a year.
Yep.
And you wanted to start the podcast to be more personable. Yeah. And you feel like you've done that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You've been able to share stories in much more depth, I'm sure.
Yeah, like a 15-second Instagram story doesn't do it justice. Yeah, no. And I think that was like our big commitment to the podcast was like being able to share hour-long, in-depth conversations with each other and also make moms feel like they're less alone. Because like we have each other, which is great, but a lot of moms don't have that and they don't have somebody to talk through things. Like a lot of moms go through the entire day without talking to another adult. Right. So turn on Codependent and listen to us and listen to other moms going through things. And I feel like our podcast has evolved a lot from like motherhood to like more lifestyle, which like is kind of what we wanted it to do. What we wanted, But we still love to talk about motherhood. And we have obviously have a lot of moms that listen. And
I feel like we reference it, but it's definitely not our like
main
niche
topic anymore.
Isn't motherhood.
Yeah. Which is what we wanted. Like
We want it to be like more like womanhood and like you're in a room with your besties chatting.
Yeah.
And that could be hard, sad things. That could be funny things. It could be our days. Like it doesn't matter. It could be anything.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
yes.
Well, thanks for the dumpster deep dive. There.
Yes.
Thanks
you're
for
welcome.
asking.
You guys, I just sat back and listened.
There you were.
It's interesting when there's two people because I'm like, I don't know where to chime in as much because there's three of us. Like,
yeah, no, that's true.
it's a lot. And I just wanted to hear everything. I wanted to dive right in. So thanks.
We did it.
That was
We did
great.
it.
But now it's time to take out trash.
Let's take it out.
And trash today is sponsored by Better Greens. The Queen, Lisa Allen herself, I've been following her for years. She's the founder of Better Days, which is the owner of Better Greens. And it's an all-natural supplement, and each one provides individual benefits that can be used alone or together to create the perfect regimen for you and your needs. They have caffeinated, they have not caffeinated, and the products are all natural and with natural ingredients. So 2 sticks of Better Greens is a full adult daily serving of greens. So you need your Better Greens. We love Better Days. Shout out to them. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. We love ya. Personal trash. What has happened to you this week? You're here for your show.
We're here for our show.
That's amazing.
Huge.
That is.
Tomorrow. Very exciting. I got my invite in your podcast. So thank you.
Please come.
Everyone go listen to their podcast after you listen to this podcast. Because
Yes.
we talk about some juiciness.
We
there.
do. We do talk about a lot of juiciness.
What else has happened? Besides preparing?
When does this come out again? Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, so we can't even talk about our live show.
No.
Oh, is there a surprise?
What is the surprise?
There's not really a surprise at all. I was just curious when this comes out.
It comes tonight.
I feel like there's a surprise that she's trying to say.
I feel like there's something big that's about to happen.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'll post it tomorrow morning. Would that make a difference?
That could make a difference.
What are we announcing?
Well, I'm just announcing that I'm moving.
Oh my gosh!
But I
was about
haven't
to
told
die.
my family, so
You're moving?
Just
I'm-
to a new house.
I'm buying a house. But
See, I knew. I
that's
thought she was going to
exciting.
announce that she was
Kenzie's
pregnant.
the
I know.
only
I'm
one
like,
that
are we
knows.
having another pregnancy
No,
announcement
my
here?
heart is palpitating.
Oh my
Kenzie.
gosh.
I can't
That would've
breathe.
been
Kenzie,
crazy.
I guess this is videoed, so
Like it would be on
it would
video.
have to be on video.
Yeah.
Like I would not tell you unless it was videoed.
Oh my gosh.
No.
We
No,
all
no,
just
no,
had a
no.
little like
No,
I'm sweating.
I was
Okay.
just nervous because I haven't told my family yet.
Okay.
Besides Kenzie.
Oh,
She's
it's fine. They won't listen.
they won't
it's fine.
listen.
No,
yeah.
Kat will for sure listen. You need to call
I gotta
Kat.
call Kat immediately.
yeah,
after
tell him
this.
tonight. Good FaceTime.
Yeah, this is
tonight.
like really exciting news.
It
Because
is.
How close will you guys be next to each other?
25 minutes.
That's a lot of minutes.
Yeah, right now
for
it's
you guys.
40,
You're
so I'm
codependent.
grateful.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not 40.
Jamie,
It's 28.
it is
On a-
so
on a good
mother
day.
effing far. It takes me 40 minutes to get to her house when I have to get there at 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
I have to get there at 8 a.m. Okay, 9 a.m.
Why
but
do you have to
still.
get there so?
Well, we have when we have our work days, which is Tuesday, Thursdays. We have a nanny that watches both of our kids because
Okay.
we can
Yeah.
split the cost. It's
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes more sense.
And it's
so
the worst road to drive at like 8:30 in the morning.
Like,
but
this is fun.
we're figuring it out.
we're figuring it out. And
It's-
Kenzie's been
it's
super
great
supportive.
news. No, it's great news. It's
I was
closer.
scared she was gonna be really mad
No,
at me.
I'm like a little bit annoyed that you didn't go to like a little bit closer. Like,
I promise you, I tried.
yeah,
That's exciting though.
Kenzie, I tried.
I know it's closer, so I'm not going to complain.
It's 2
And
minutes.
Justin can bring Rossi to my house someday.
You can exactly.
We've
We'll
gotta figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It'll be great.
We're good.
But it's such a cute little house. Has an adorable backyard.
Yes.
Well,
Perfect.
and Arizona's really hot. Is there any community pool?
Kenzie has a pool,
Oh, you
and my
have a
mom
pool.
has a pool.
Okay,
so,
so you're good. Okay,
yes,
you don't
I'm
really
good.
need the community
No,
pool then.
no.
She'll just have to come to my house more, which is fine.
which is
That's fine.
totally fine.
Wait, that's big news. I don't have that big of news.
Get it together, girl.
Yeah, something crazy. Throw
It's
it
your
out.
trash.
I don't have anything crazy either, so it's not a big deal.
What did I do this week?
You were getting ready.
I saw
For the show.
Deej this week. Like, that was fun. Like, I don't get to see my husband every day. So that's
Really?
nice. Oh, yeah. He lives away from me right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he lives 2 hours away. So,
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
no.
I couldn't do that.
She's
There's
not
no way.
okay.
No, it really, last week was the hardest week of my life. So I don't have a ton to talk about because I was crying most of the week.
Yeah.
I have been so freaking stable since he's been gone. He's been gone for 7 weeks. Can you attest?
You have been stable, surprisingly.
I have not cried. I'm an emotional person and I have not cried. I have been great.
You kept it together.
This last
it
week,
together.
my kids took steroids or something. I don't know. They were
All hell broke loose.
It was only from 5:30 to bedtime. That was hell. Before that, everything was great and it was totally fine. But bedtime was the worst because you got to do everything by yourself. You got to make dinner, then you got to clean dinner up. You got to deal with the kids during dinner. You don't even get to eat because you're dealing with the kids, and then bath
Yep.
time, bedtime, getting Payson to stay in a room. Like, it's just hell. So it was rough. And then he came home this weekend, so I got to see him.
Is he with the kids right now?
No, Justin is.
My husband is.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're like a team here.
You're like
we
sister
gotta do
wives,
what we gotta
kind
do.
of. Like,
Yeah, we
just
gotta
share
who's ever home.
whoever's carrying.
Sorry.
sharing.
Yeah, who's ever home is kind of screwed.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
DJ owes Justin.
Yeah,
at this
DJ's
point.
like living in a frat house right now
He
by himself.
is.
He's got the dog. He's chilling.
He's just having a great old
He
time.
is.
Yeah.
He
So
is.
I
No
got
responsibility.
I got to see Devin Booker at the Suns game.
Oh, yes.
so-
We know how much you love Booker. We talked about that in Codependent
Yeah.
episode.
Yep.
You're a Booker fan.
Go Booker.
My personal trash, I'm not seeing Booker, but I am
Ooh.
going to the Jazz game tonight after this. But I like
Okay.
don't know if I have it in me now.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I know, kind of spilled a lot on you, but we are giving out Jazz tickets at our live show tomorrow. So
oh my gosh.
you could win another game, so you don't have to really even go tonight. We
Well-
can rig it and give
well,
it to you.
Tonight is like a nicer, like you get to sit courtside, get like dinner and
What?
stuff.
What?
And so yeah, I got invited. I don't know how I got invited.
What?
Like as an influencer?
Yeah.
Shut up.
What?
Yeah.
Why if the Suns?
Do they need two weather?
Well, but like here's the thing. I'm
Wait.
like I'm like such a loser. Like
Okay, I'll be Josie
You,
tonight.
yeah, do you need
Like-
like hype girls? We have no
like-
plans.
Well, I was supposed because I was gonna meet them at 5 and like drive down, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna be done by then. And now I'm like, okay, the thought of driving downtown by myself, parking by myself, walking in by myself.
Who's
Sound-
accompanying you? Who's your date?
So Susan Peterson, she owns Freshly Picked. She's the one who
oh my gosh,
invited
I
me.
love her.
Yeah, I love Susan.
that.
And she invited me, and I was like, me? Okay, yeah.
Courtside.
I'll be there.
Girl.
Like I get
With
it
food?
with food.
I mean, the Jazz aren't great, but
Well, I wouldn't
cares?
watch the game. Like, who cares? It
Who are they
started.
playing?
It started at 5:30, and they're like
it
eating.
started
food.
at
Well, the
5:30?
game starts at 7,
oh.
and so like I don't have to be there till 7. But I'm like, are people gonna want to watch the game? Because like I don't want to watch it.
no, like
like,
that's
I
what you do at games.
like I just want to like sit and eat.
Wait,
Like,
let me see who they're playing and tell you if it's a good game.
I think the it starts with an S.
The Spurs?
Is that a team?
It is. It's a team.
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about basketball.
Spurs.
They're playing the Spurs. Okay,
did
And the
good.
Spurs suck.
so we could win.
No, they're 14-47.
You guys know a lot about basketball.
Our family's a big.
The
sports
Jazz are
family.
31-31. You guys are breaking at 500. I wonder what they're ranked.
Okay, well maybe it'll be a cool game. I don't know if I'll be watching it.
Do you have a
but-
cute like outfit?
No, this is what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Like I'm
The
like
Jazz are still in the playoffs.
Do you want to wear their colors?
So that's
I don't even know their colors. They have like 7 colors. It's like,
Purple and blue.
but then they wear like yellow and black sometimes.
that is true. Those are their retros. Like we wear turquoise sometimes.
Yeah, but that's not their main colors.
Like-
Also, our sisters are starting a podcast too.
No way.
And they're going to talk more sports, and it's going to be really fun.
I know nothing about sports.
So you should listen to their
the
podcast.
Least intelligent.
Does
with
your
sports.
husband watch sports?
Oh yeah, my husband's big.
So they're going to do
big
sports
Packers
for
fan.
dummies. So like
Oh,
they'll
okay.
give you like the rundown, like what the girls need to know to keep up with their husbands.
Like
But they're
Oh,
also like
okay.
into trash TV, like pop
Gotcha.
culture, reality
Gotcha.
TV. And so
What
they're
are they
go-
calling it?
independent podcast.
they're not. Wait, are they lying? Is
Wait, that would be hilarious.
Wait, have they really not told you?
The
No.
Codependent podcast and the Independent podcast. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Oh, wait, my mouth. I don't believe it.
No, call them.
But
I
like
swear.
that's not. But like that doesn't have anything to do with sports though.
No, but they just want to like
Make fun
piggyback
of
off
you?
of us.
Yeah, they were like, "Can you guys be on our first episode?" I'm like, "No, your first episode needs to be you
Like,
guys."
we could be on the second. Like it's
Yeah.
fine, but like this is not another podcast for me and Jamie. Like we're chilling.
We have lots going on. I
Like,
promise.
we don't need any more.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
wait, that's funny.
But they're hilarious. Like they're hilarious. Whenever they're on our podcast, everyone loves them. Like
They're funny.
They're super funny. So it's
Well,
gonna
that's
be
exciting for them.
it's gonna be so funny. We're gonna use like our equipment and it's gonna be good.
Do you guys all live in Arizona?
Yeah,
Yes,
So yeah, it's a whole party.
It's a
it's
party.
gonna be really fun.
It's a party.
I really hope they call it the Independent Podcast.
I hope they don't.
I think it'd be so funny.
It's
I just
funny,
think-
but it's not like
No, it's not them.
supposed to be funny.
No, it's not
Like,
them.
It's
you
not
want-
on brand.
Exactly.
No, but I think it's funny.
Maybe they can do it as like an April Fool's joke.
I agree. I agree. They release April 1st. Is
Just like a
Independent
little
Podcast.
thing.
JK.
I got food poisoning though. I did get food
Oh, I
poisoning.
did see that. I was wondering if you were going to cancel this.
Yeah. Well, it was
When you're
12 hours of hell.
pregnant?
12 hours. I
Were
had
you actually
store-bought
nervous?
sushi.
Like,
Yeah.
Why
I
did
was.
you do
No.
Yeah, that was the first
Okay.
mistake.
You're
Well,
pregnant. Why
Okay,
did
well,
you?
no. So I'm a sushi addict. If you didn't know, now you know. I do cooked fish, so it's not.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
raw fish.
No, but
But store bought sushi, it's usually fine. I was craving sushi. I was home with the kids. My husband was stopping at the grocery store. He's like, "Do you want anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, get me a thing of store bought sushi because that's all I want right now." He brings back a brown avocado looking roll, and I'm like, the hell is this? This looks disgusting, but I was starving. I was
What
was like,
store?
Smith's, which is
just
not,
like fries.
well, Harmon's is better. I should have, but
Okay, but that's actually still not bad. I would get sushi from Fry's. I
No, you
wouldn't,
wouldn't.
but
Yeah,
but
no.
if I liked sushi, I would.
yeah. Trust me, you're just having bad sushi if you don't like sushi.
I just have never tried sushi.
Okay, well, we're going to change that. So anyways, I have him get it. He brings it. And I'm like, this is disgusting looking, but I'm starving. So I had it. Within 3 hours, death. Like from like 11, because I had it pretty late. I probably had it like 8 o'clock. It's like 11 p.m. to 4 o'clock the next day. Just hell on earth.
That was me like a month ago.
I was like, am I going to die? Well, and then like, you know, when you're hungry, when you're pregnant and you get nauseous because you're hungry.
Yes.
So it was like food poisoning on top of being nauseous
Because like you kind of
because I need to eat.
Yes.
And I couldn't eat anything. I had a popsicle, threw it up. Applesauce, threw it up. Water, threw it up. Like,
No,
That was literally Kenzie. And she was like, my salad, she got a salad from Habit. And she was like, it kind of tasted funky. Like, but I was starving, so I ate it.
3 hours later,
Done.
every 30 minutes I was just vomiting. DJ was gone. So I vomited all night long, and I text Jamie. I literally I text you like 12 times. I text you every time I vomited.
oh my gosh.
And I texted her and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't take care of the kids tomorrow. I'm dying. I'm call an ambulance. I'm dead. And it was horrible. Drank water, threw it up. Every 5 seconds I was puking.
And I didn't get any relief after
No.
I puked either. It was like I still felt like I needed to puke, but I'm like, there is nothing in me.
No, I was like, you know, like you're trying to get.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then Jamie came and got my kids at 9 a.m. I slept from 9 a.m. I took a Benadryl. I slept from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m.
well, yeah,
Clonked.
it's exhausting. So yeah, Sunday was rough.
I actually saw that and I was like, crap, I hope she's okay.
Sunday was rough for me, but I'm one of those people where even if I had food poisoning and I had this scheduled, I would push through.
You'd be like,
I'm
fine.
I'd be pausing every 5 seconds to go diarrhea and shit and throw up. But
Was it
like,
both ends?
Yep.
Oh, mine was one end, the front end.
It was
Usually
both.
it's both.
It was both. So I had my toilet seat. I was sitting on the toilet seat with my garbage and just.
Okay, I have to ask you
the
this
visual.
because this is a hot topic on our podcast. And I know we're not on our podcast, but
Let's talk about it.
a family puke bowl. Does that
Oh.
exist for you?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Like,
We use a popcorn bowl.
Yeah.
like your family popcorn bowl is also your family puke bowl.
So what I have is I have like the garbage cans where the thing comes out
Okay. Yep.
and I put like a garbage sack in it.
Yep.
So when I'm throwing up, I take the garbage sack out and then it's like a bucket. And then I clean the bucket and I put the garbage sack back in.
Well, I have to say, does it smell
That's
though? Like,
my
I
problem.
can't have the sense
No, it
of
doesn't
garbage.
smell.
Okay. Okay.
I've actually never thrown up in a bowl.
Well, because
I just have it next to me in case I'm going to throw
Oh,
up.
I did a lot when I was pregnant because I just had.
Oh, I don't
see,
throw up when
had
I'm
to.
pregnant.
the garbages are in my bathroom. So it's like toilet paper. It doesn't have a smell
That's true. Like, but I don't
But
know,
then why don't you just
tampons.
puke in the toilet?
because I'm shitting
Well, she's-
myself.
you can't really crap in a bucket.
So
You could, but
So, I mean, I could shit in my
Okay, if
hand
you're-
or I could shit in the toilet. And I prefer the toilet. So
I'm crying.
that's,
I'm
that's
talking
why.
about like, what if like you're laying in bed, trash can in the room?
yeah, I just take my, no, it's just like a little bucket. I'll show you guys. I'll show you my little bucket.
I know exactly.
It has like a little handle so you can take it out.
Yes,
And you can dump the garbage
it.
can and then you put it back in the garbage can.
Yes, I get it.
Okay.
I'm really bougie. Okay.
That's
it's
fine.
a cute little garbage can.
Okay.
No, I get it. And now it's covered in puke.
Yeah. Well, now it's clean.
Now
I
it's
cleaned
clean.
it.
It's
I had to
clean.
clean all of them because I used every single bathroom. I was like all over the house taking turns.
My problem is though, what if you need the trash can then?
You just
Deal with it,
deal
Jamie.
with it.
You
You,
okay,
know what?
okay.
You don't worry about those
You don't worry
things.
about it.
You don't need a trash can. You use the trash can in the kitchen.
Okay. All right.
Don't puke in that one.
Yeah.
I'm puking that one.
Sometimes you do though too, and that's okay.
Puke in the sink.
For some reason, the trash can seems better than the sink because the
No.
sink
Oh,
you
the
have to
smell of the
sanitize.
trash.
But then you just take it out. You just
No,
take
I know,
out
but
the
like
trash.
when
I don't have a husband to take my trash.
when I'm puking, the smell of the I could throw up right now. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
I know. I'm like,
I know.
it's
I'm
been
a
a
little
minute.
woozy.
yeah, just a
We're
little
good,
woozy.
we're
We've been
good.
sitting for a
Oh,
minute.
I feel great.
Okay, pop culture trash. We talked about on your podcast the Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber drama.
Drama.
Again, I will say what I said on your podcast.
Please do.
I think it's crazy how the media can just change our minds on everything because
Yep.
2 weeks ago, I loved Hailey. Haley's great. Haley's
Haley was the
the
it
queen,
girl.
the it girl.
girl Haley.
We thought Justin was in love with her. We thought they were so happy. And now I think the complete opposite. So
So Team Selena now.
it's crazy.
like, and who knows if that's media or like there really is so many connections. And like you said, it seems impossible to have that many. What's the word?
Once you have that many
Coincidences.
coincidences, it can't be coincidence. And I said that the tattoo is the weirdest part. Like, to get the same G tattoo, still haven't told anybody what the G stands for. Like, Hailey Bieber needs to come out and talk about why she has a G.
Why the G?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be because she's obsessed with Gomez.
And I promise my takes on this were a lot stronger on the Codependent podcast. So go listen to that. I'm just like tired about talking about it.
We deep dove.
We dove into it.
That was her TikTok.
So that was my TikTok for the TikTok trends that we talked about. So that's as much as I can go into it.
That's as much as you can go into it. And
we have a game to get to too.
We have a game. I'm like, what time is it? But also I love being here. So like, do I
fine.
need to leave? No. Outer Banks. I've been watching Outer Banks. That's
Turn my
personal
mic off.
trash as well.
OBX.
You're like, I don't watch this stuff.
OBX girly.
I saw an article where they talked about how Chase and Madeline have worked together after the
they broke
breakup
up.
and how awkward that would be for like the kissing scenes, and especially since they're both
I'm
in
sure
different
they
relationships.
oh yeah, that could be awkward. But do you think they almost low key kind of like it?
I was gonna say that
Because
I'd
it's
like
like,
it.
ooh, like we're broken up, but like we're in another relationship. But it's a show, so
I
like
feel
it's
like
nothing.
they had a messy breakup though. I feel like they had a messy breakup.
I know. I wonder.
Because they both seem they seem immature now. They seem mature now, but when they were dating, I got very immature vibes from them. Like they were just like party kids. Like
Yeah, I totally
they
agree.
were living for the
I agree.
fame, just having a good time. And
Me and DJ had a messy breakup and we made out all the time.
really,
And you like kind of
No,
enjoy
I
it because
loved it. 'cause
you're
it was,
immature.
like, risky.
You're immature enough where it's like
Yeah.
we're not dating, so like
Who knows?
And then like you actually can't be mad because it's a TV show.
totally.
It's like my job. I'm getting paid to make out with you.
I have to do this.
yeah, like I literally have to.
And if they're really immature, then they probably loved it.
But now they have partners. He's with Christine, or not Christine. Why am I like losing my mind?
Who is he with?
I talked about it literally the other day. Kelsey Ballerini. I literally talked about.
Okay,
last
wait.
episode.
I like Stan Kelsey Ballerini.
She's a queen.
She's a queen.
So he's with her, and then she's dating.
Did they, like, verify
Jackson
that?
Guthrie? Yeah, they did. She went and called her daddy, and
I
like,
know she
totally
did.
verified
I
it.
listened to that.
I mean,
so-
I'm happy for her because he's hot. I think
He's hot, but he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he talked about how he like blackmailed his old boss. Like he seems kind of like a
Wait, I feel
Ooh,
like Outer
sketch.
Banks is like younger kids. Is it not?
What do you mean younger?
Like I
kids?
feel like it's young people. Like I feel like Kelsey Ballerini's a lot older. Is that?
no,
no.
they're
Chase Stokes
older.
is like 29.
Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
Kelsey Ballerini's.
I've
29.
literally never watched
They
an episode
just-
of Outer Banks. So
Kenzie, you're really. I promise you, you're missing out.
I don't like. I can't watch
No,
Thriller, especially by myself.
Okay, but here's the thing: is she missing out? This season is so unrealistic, crazy.
Wait, Jamie actually is
can't.
like obsessed. She
Are we gonna
downloaded.
fight? Let's
No, no, no,
fight.
no.
She downloaded the wrong episode yesterday
I
on the plane. And was
accidentally
like
downloaded
really mad.
freaking the wrong season on the airplane, and I was like, "What is happening?" And then I'm like, "This is the last season." I was so mad at myself.
So you haven't started the third
No,
season?
no, I started it. I'm on episode 3,
Okay.
so I haven't finished it. Like I'm not. I
Okay.
haven't binged it.
Well, I
I-
still have, I think, 2 more episodes left.
Okay, I wanted to like take it slow because the 4th season isn't supposed to come out for like 2 years.
Oh,
I've heard,
Wow.
and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna forget.
yeah.
So I
You're gonna have to rewatch it anyway.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I can't. Wait, I don't want to spill anything, so I'm not going to spill anything.
Okay, don't spill anything. We'll
But
we'll
I just-
reconnect on this.
I'm not a huge fan. But anyways, they were saying that when they started dating, they always said that the show came first. They wanted to stay professional. So that's what they've been doing. And
Good for them.
it looks like it's working, but you can tell the more you watch, once you get deeper into the
The
season,
chemistry is not
the
the
chemistry
same.
is just not the same.
Okay, I'm excited to like actually. I'm gonna pay close attention now.
And so I think the writers are going to have to come up with something.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Something. Because Chase said in this interview, he was like, everyone wants like a happy ever after for them, but with Outer Banks being the way it is, who knows? Like,
Who knows what's gonna?
So we shall see. Let's just skip to Trash Topic Can, because the only thing there really was else is the SAG Awards, which I didn't watch.
I didn't.
Didn't watch
But the
either.
only thing I cared about was Austin Butler holding all of the old ladies'
No.
hands up the stairs.
Did you see? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget both of their names. Have you watched Parks and Rec?
Yes.
April on Parks and Rec,
Yes.
and then the other girl who's like literally a miniature version of her.
Yes.
They like had this whole
Yeah.
bit.
We're like, I don't know why they would put us together.
Yes.
We have nothing in common.
Yeah, and they're like, we should curse their families.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
From Adam's fam, like they look like the Adams family.
It was
people.
hilarious.
Yeah.
and I love her.
There's been a lot of good clips. I'm just kind of over the
Award season?
Award season.
I am too.
I agree.
And I've heard multiple podcasts say this. The same people keep winning, so it's just kind of like
well, and everyone gets an award during award season. Like that's not the point. The point is like have winners.
Yeah.
So, I didn't watch it. I don't care, but I did see that clip and I loved it.
Yeah, the clips of Austin Butler holding hands with people to take them up the stairs.
Okay, he's hot.
So cute.
That's cute.
He just needs to stop talking like Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate. I mean, I would like him better if he was still with Vanessa, but
well, Vanessa's engaged.
I know.
I'd be happy for her, Kenzie.
I love Vanessa.
Engaged.
Do you say Vanessa Hutchins or Vanessa Ann Hutchins?
I don't say either. I say just Vanessa. No, I probably say Vanessa Hutchins.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm an Ann family. Like we all said Vanessa Ann Hutchins.
Is
Ann is her middle name.
It's odd.
The High School Musical promoted her as Vanessa Ann Hutchins.
Oh,
and so that's what I know her as.
No, she's Vanessa Hutchins.
No, she's Vanessa Ann Hutchins.
If I look up Vanessa Hutchins, it's not gonna have an Ann in it.
Honestly, Weekly Trashers, if you
let's see,
think it's Ann, please comment below
or
message
comment
me,
below.
Mackenzie,
comment below
and tell me.
Vanessa. Yeah, there's no Ann. It just pulls up Vanessa Hutchins.
But her middle name is 100% Ann.
But nobody cares.
But like everybody has a middle name.
Well, everyone message Jamie and tell her that her name is
What are
Ann.
your guys' middle names?
It's my Instagram handle, Shane.
Shane.
Lynn.
Rose.
Rose.
That's cute. Dude,
Okay.
you really do have a reality TV name.
No, Josie Rose Van Dyke. My full name is Josette. Josette.
Oh, that's even
Rose
cuter.
Van Dyke.
That's really cute.
like it's intense. Okay, so
I threw garbage in.
she threw Tootsie Rolls in here, but that's okay because it still has topics in here. Who wants to pick it?
I do.
You want to do it?
I do. I really want to stick my arm in the trash can.
Okay.
She didn't throw up in that one.
There's a spider.
don't
Yeah,
think.
no, this is fake, so I didn't throw up.
Do you want to read it?
Sure. I'm scared.
What are these?
They are very random.
Okay. You can only watch 3 movies for the rest of your life. What are they?
Pitch Perfect.
Ew.
1, 2, and 3. No, I'm just kidding. I love Pitch Perfect though. Pitch Perfect's for sure on that. Do you have one? We can go back and forth.
Yeah. Pitch Perfect, She's the Man, and Home Alone.
She's the Man is totally in mine for sure.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I really love that movie.
All of our movies are like so
Chick flick,
Yes.
cheesy girly.
Did you say Legally Blonde?
I didn't. I said Home Alone.
I cannot watch Home Alone.
That's crazy that is in your top 3.
I really
I
think that's
love Home Alone.
so dumb, but I really support you.
You don't support me if you just said it was dumb.
You know what else? You know what movie I really, really like, and I might get hate for this? The Greatest Showman.
Oh, that's no hate.
Yeah.
I might like musicals.
I
Yeah.
hate musicals. I tried to watch what's the one that everyone's obsessed with? Hamilton?
Oh, no.
No. Bye.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
No, I don't get it.
My mom is obsessed.
I'm trying to
Don't get
think of what other movies I like. I'm not a big movie
Kenzie
person.
can't sit still for movies.
See, I like raunchy movies. So like mine are Wolf of Wall Street.
I've
Okay.
never seen it.
Yeah.
Justin told me to watch it though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's naughty. So Wolf of Wall Street, She's the Man is a really good one.
She's the man.
And then, oh, freak, what was it? I just had it and I lost it. Oh, this is really random. John Tucker Must Die.
That's in my top 3. Take out Greatest Showman, put that one in.
Like,
What about Prom Night? Prom Night. Is that what it's
You know
called?
how much I love Prom
wait,
Night.
is Prom Night the one with like the murders?
Yeah.
Yes, I love that movie. I don't know why.
No, I
Or the
don't.
movie Us? No,
No.
Get Out.
No,
Sorry,
I
Get
can't.
Out.
Okay, I don't want Scary
No,
in my
I don't
top
want Scary
3.
in my top 3.
I don't want them in my top 3, but they're good movies.
No, I will. John Tucker Must Die, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and Pitch Perfect. Those are my 3.
I think I might actually want to take out She's the Man and do How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days because Matthew McConaughey, but he's also in Wolf of Wall Street too, so I could get a little bit of him in
You
Wolf
can
of
get
Wall
some
Street.
of him. You don't need to like double dip.
But that's a
I'm
good
really
one.
surprised you didn't say Legally Blonde.
I like Legally Blonde, but it's not one that sticks out.
Okay. You said Pitch Perfect though?
I did say Pitch Perfect.
Basically, we have horrible taste in movies, though.
You know what movie we watched literally so many times growing up, which is like so dumb that our parents let us watch this? Talladega Nights.
Oh,
We watched that. That was
yeah.
our Sunday family movie. Talladega Nights.
That's funny.
And then Baby Mama.
Baby
Crap.
Mama's
The
good
amount
too.
of
Oh,
time.
go buy Home Alone. Baby Mama's in.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Baby Mama's
we watched Baby
good.
Mama like every Sunday for like at least a year.
Yeah, I love Baby Mama. The thing for me is Christmas is my favorite time of year.
I can
So
get
the
it.
nostalgia of like sitting in my house.
What about the movie?
Elf?
No,
Oh.
Four Christmases, or with Reese Witherspoon and
I
Oh,
actually
yes,
love that movie.
yes.
that's
if I
really
can do like a
good.
bonus holiday episode
Yeah,
movie,
okay,
I
yeah.
put that in there.
because I think that was like a feel good fun.
I agree.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I love Christmas movies. I have to have time for all of them.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
Well, There you have it, guys. We have horrible taste in movies.
And
Don't
it's
ever.
okay.
We should never be critics for
No,
But
Sundance
also,
Film
I
Festival.
feel like a lot of women could agree with our choices.
I think so too.
I agree.
I need to watch John Tucker Must Die. I haven't
What do
watched
you
it in a
call
minute.
do you call your fans like trash fans?
Trashers?
Trashers. I
We're
love
trashers.
it. Trashers.
I don't know if they're fans. It's like we're family.
Oh,
I love it.
cute.
It's
I
like what's
love
the
it.
Olive Garden thing when you're here, you're family.
Oh yes.
I
That's
really want
you.
Olive Garden now.
Trashers when you're here.
I know.
your
I'm like
family.
really hungry right
I'm
now.
too. I'm
starving.
starving.
Like my stomach is
These
like.
Tootsie Rolls are not doing it for me.
Yeah, we need to go eat.
Well, thanks for coming on Weekly
Hey,
Trash.
thank
This
you
was
for having
seriously
us.
Literally
so
anytime.
fun. I'm gonna try to come to your thing tomorrow.
Okay,
Yes, you're invited.
we'll send you your invite.
I'm gonna show up.
I
Please
love it.
do.
I love
What's
it.
what's the attire?
I'll show you what I'm wearing, but I think I'm dressing fancy.
Well, I think you guys have
We're
to
wearing
one-up
dresses.
everybody.
Yeah, I hope
See,
that
the only
nobody.
thing that fits me is like this. So
You do
then
you,
we're
girl.
just gonna
then
try our
wear
hardest.
that.
Like, what are you wearing to the jazz game?
This. Hey, no, I
my
actually like that. I
leggings.
just didn't know if you
my
changed your
leggings and my
color.
sweater. I'll put on some cute Louis boots.
Okay,
so
I love that idea.
that'll like fashion it,
it
up
will.
a little bit.
It will. I actually love that sweater.
But
I would 100% wear
I think
that.
I'm wearing this,
Oh, I love the color. I love the boots.
I'm either
We're
wearing
like
that
onion green.
or I'm gonna wear this. Tell me which one looks better on me.
Ooh, I don't know. This one definitely makes your waist so tiny, but I like the green one more.
I totally
That's
agree.
the exact same reaction that everyone has. So it's
Yeah.
hard. Do I want to look skinny or do I want to look cute?
You looked beautiful in both.
Thank you.
Exactly, Kenzie.
It's the beauty, not the body.
I agree with that. I need to try them both on again with hair
Do
and
it.
makeup.
Do it.
So
are
that's-
you guys getting like professional hair and makeup?
We're getting makeup.
I don't really like when other people do
I
my
hate when
hair.
other people touch my hair.
They don't curl it right. They don't do my bangs.
I've had the same hair girl forever and I love her.
Yeah.
But like I still think I do my hair better.
Yes.
Even though I know I'm not a professional.
You just know your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you know the feeling.
totally.
You know how you like it.
Honestly,
But I
I
also feel that way about makeup. I think I'd be scared if someone did my makeup.
that's what I was
Really?
about
Oh, I
to
love when
say.
people do my
I
makeup.
would rather do my own makeup, but Jamie wants to get hers done, and I'm like, okay, well then I'm just gonna get mine done too.
Well, I'm excited to see.
I'm
It'll be
excited.
good.
You better be there tomorrow.
I'm gonna be there. Okay, you guys, don't forget to follow them on Instagram. Shout out your handles.
Kenzie_Shane with a Y.
We love it.
Codependent podcast.
But isn't it like codependent _ or something?
Yeah, something along those
Maybe,
lines.
yeah.
Just search
Just
codependent.
Or
search
go to
codependent.
my page. I linked it right on my bio for
Okay,
you.
okay, Jess,
Yep.
shout it out. Your Instagram.
Jess, you keep calling me Jess, and I'm dead that you keep calling me
Oh
Jess.
my gosh,
and
I
don't
did.
know
Wait,
why.
did I call it Jess multiple times in this podcast?
You did it on your Instagram. Which
I know I
was
did.
fine. I was.
Why am I
laughed.
saying Jess?
You called her Jamie 100%.
I've called her
Jamie.
multiple
Why
times.
did I just say Jess? Because
Jess.
I did it on Instagram too. I don't know,
I don't know
any
why.
Kenzie and Jesses.
Did you delete it? I didn't see
yeah,
that.
She did.
she messaged. She was like, I think that's a typo, and I was like,
said,
I need to go to bed.
That's a typo. Oops.
Like, why am I?
I didn't
calling
even
her
notice
Jess.
I
Literally,
I thought it was funny. I wasn't offended. I thought it was funny.
But I don't know why I'm doing it
It was
because I
random.
know you're Jamie. I've literally called you
You
Jamie.
called her
this
Jamie, like, multiple
entire
times.
episode.
It's okay. My alter ego is Jess.
I'll
If you
take
guys
it.
wanna know. My
you,
Finsta
you
is
look
Jess.
kind of like a Jess though. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't hate it.
I don't know about that.
Okay, but your Instagram's not Jess.
My Instagram is not Jess. It's a Jamie.Folsom. But
Don't get it twisted.
Jamie is JAMEE.
thank
not
you.
JESS.
Not JESS. JAMEE. No eyes. Don't mess it up.
Don't get it wrong.
Don't
get it
Find me
wrong.
from Kenzie if you can't find me.
Yeah, you'll find her real quick from me.
Well, this was a blast.
This is a blast.
I love you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Hopefully, I can like give the energy to like get out of my house.
Yeah,
but
you
who
need to go to
freaking
the game.
knows? Who
You're going to
freaking
the
knows?
game.
I'm going. I'm gonna
Go
try
it.
I'm
Do
going.
it.
I'm going, and then I'll tell you guys all about it in next week's episode. I'll be announcing the guest on Sunday. It's an exciting one. They're all
can't wait.
exciting.
They all
honestly.
are.
I mean, but nothing's
Like,
gonna top this. You should probably quit now.
Nothing's gonna top this. This was iconic.
I'm ripping down your sign. You're done.
Like, it's done. It's over.
You're done.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. It's only Tuesday, which is weird because usually I podcast Thursday, but have a great week. And don't forget to take out your trash. Bye.
Bye.